Welcome everybody to the second night and original night of Speedway Stories. Thank you to everybody again last night for tuning in for We Broke Garage with Corey and Hunter Butcher on the show. Welcome again to another edition of Speedway Stories on Monday night. It's your boy Wally with my co-host Johnny Bongs. Tonight I got a special guest, another one of the rough truck guys in my community and everything else. Let's bring up Tylwr Meade. Welcome, Tylwr. Thank you for coming on the show with us tonight, man. How's your night going?
No problem. Good.
Good. All right, buddy. Like I said, backstage and stuff. So I'm going to hand over the floor to you. Introduce yourself to the audience and everything else that's watching and on Facebook and YouTube and stuff, and we'll go from there. And I got a few questions for you when we're done. So, floor's yours, sir.
All right. Well, I'm Tylwr. I'm out of Belleville, but I grew up in Mount Vernon and all that. I've got a bunch of family that runs in the races, and I mean, I've raced motocross, everything else, pretty much my entire life. So it's always been a fun game, and this is one that I wanted to get into.
Nice.
Honestly, the Jeep was supposed to be a one-time show, and it's managed to make its way back to the garage again for another year or so.
There you go, man. Hell yeah, it's addicting. Actually, motorsports in general is just addicting, period. Once you get that fuel in your veins. And how long did you still race motocross or anything still occasionally, or you just kind of take a back seat
in a little bit? I mess around in my kids squad more than anything. My son's starting to get into motocross, and I'll play around though. They'll do like a Pee-wee class where the adults get a ride on the little 50s, and I'll take it out there and play around on it.
Nice. Oh, Jamie's in, Annette's in here. What's up, big dog? How you doing, buddy? But yeah, so in the racing community, you said your family's been into it and everything, so you've pretty much been around it for quite a while and everything.
I can still remember growing up building derby cars and all that. So Jamie and Scott, all them guys.
Jamie, Scott, Brad, yeah, we all ran derbies together. So it's amazing. It's amazing, honestly, how tight knit our community is, and then really gets tight knit, especially now in the rough truck world where everybody has really come together, man. I've talked with Tylwr and Brock and Wes and everybody, and at the shows too. Besides up here, it's just I've seen that the commodity in the rough truck world grow since day one that it hit the horse track at Mount Vernon. So I mean, it's really come a long way.
Oh, and it's getting bigger and bigger every year.
Well, and I love it. See, I like me and Tim and Johnny were talking when we had Tim up here. It is awesome to see, and he's the one who pointed it out, and I agree with it, seeing you younger guys actually jumping in, and, you're not got full-blown mods like Brock, Brad, and, Dale and all those guys, but still carry on and enjoy yourself going to these events and everything else, and it's nice. And then you just like you said right now, you got younger generation like I do. I got two older kids out of three that they're my motorsports junkies. My oldest son and my second oldest daughter, they're all into it. So it's kind of nice the tradition continues on. Hopefully, when we're gone.
Oh yeah.
I'll guarantee that with mine. And if it's got wheels and a motor, they're gonna race it.
Hell yeah! There you go, bud.
Oh, yeah.
So how long have you actually? So you actually last year was your first one-off racing rough truck?
No,
then I mean, since you were doing.
I've had two other ones that I've ran, but just pieces of junks that I picked up out of that should have went to a scrapyard, and I just dabbled with them, wanted to race.
Have some fun, join everybody.
Yeah, just every now and then.
So what's your what's the Jeep? What year's your Jeep and how you got it set up? If you don't mind explaining to everybody. If not, it's all good, man. I understand.
No,
everybody's got secrets. No, I'm just kidding.
The secrets stay in a box in the back of the garage. But no, it's a 04 Jeep Grand Cherokee. I mean, for the most part, it's got tennis ball shocks, and that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Other than, just mainly we eliminated a lot of the weight out of the Jeep. That homemade roll cage, nothing special, nothing fancy, but light enough to do the job.
Yeah, I noticed at Knox it's almost similar kind of the Jared Dars Jeep that he got off of the Irvins. I love that shit, man.
Actually, a lot of it is built off of Jared's Jeep. I've called Jared numerous times. Actually, I've got a front end off of him that's laying out in the garage.
I actually got an 03 sitting beside the garage. I got to put a motor in for this year that I'm kind of replicating the stock suspension setup off of his and everything else too. I mean, honestly, your opinion for people to really get into this. I mean, if you can get them, I mean, they're hard to getting over pricey. But would you say Jeeps are the way to go if you're going to run rough truck? I mean, for especially a stock vehicle.
In my opinion, yeah. I mean, most of the other pickup trucks and all that, you've got a lot more to deal with. Where the Jeeps, they were built for off road.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in all reality.
And I mean, that's the cool thing. Everybody, it's like going to the local drag strip and you see nothing but Fox body Mustangs. You go to the local rough truck event in the stock class, everybody, you got the Cherokees out there. So they're the Cherokees or the Fox body Mustangs. But yeah, like you said, and that and the off-road stuff, I mean, just the simple, just bolt-on stuffs. For a budget build, you can't go wrong with them, man. I mean, that's the nice thing about how far they've come along compared to back when you were a kid and I was in high school and stuff. I remember when off-road stuff was for Jeeps were still stupid price for just bolt-on shocks and stuff.
Yeah, that, and I mean they're a dime a dozen when you go to a junkyard. So picking up parts 9 times out of 10 is easy. Yeah. As long as you're willing to stick with stock. You might go through 3 stock parts to 1 aftermarket, but hey, it still does the trick.
So do you, in your setup, do you got you a racing seat and harness, or do you just use the normal seat that was in it? So
yeah, I've got a full setup racing seat with a 5-point harness in it. I say that was my biggest thing. I didn't want to run on a stock seat. I wanted something that if I flip it over, stick it up on its top, I'm gonna stay in the seat.
Yeah, I ended up buying a suspension seat off of my cousin for mine, so it'll be set up for all 3 of me and my 2 kids and myself. So it'll be, or we can adjust them with the cage in it. Benji, to answer that question, it just depends on where you want to go with it. Tyler can vouch for it because he's his cousin. Brock's your cousin, right?
Brock's my brother.
Your brother? Okay, sorry. Your brother. My bad. But yeah, because his brother Brock actually started in side by side. Really,
he started with my side. I sold my side by side to him after I raced it because raced.
That was yours. Okay, all right. That's what I knew. That picture on his Facebook looked familiar. I forgot you had that before you sold it to him.
Yeah, so I ripped the whole passenger side clean off of it at the Knox County Fair, hitting the concrete barrier coming off of the jump.
Okay.
And replaced all of it.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, with rough truck racing, it just depends how far you want to go. You want to stay kind of stockish. Your side by side racing, it can get costly just because of the razors and the side by sides and the aftermarket parts.
I can say I spent more money on the side by side than I ever had my Jeep so far.
Really?
10 to 1.
No shit. I figured it'd have been about a little bit more, just a little bit more, not much more expensive with the way the razor, especially the way razors are set up. You wouldn't think, but
it's all how you drive them and how you ride them too.
There's your answer, Benji. So yeah, side by sides are a little more expensive for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's awesome seeing you come up in the ranks, man. I remember watching you at Mount Vernon this year, and that picture that Brad and everybody got. So the whole family side by side actually getting a race together for a change that's awesome, dude. I love it.
That was the goal. That was the goal with the Jeep, was to make it to Knox County and run with all them. And after that, I didn't care if it made it anymore. And slowly, it just keeps creeping back up, and it's going to get a lot more parts.
Hey, it's better than having a drug addiction.
Hey, I can get the whole front end in and out of it in less than 30 minutes. I got pretty good at it. I think I went through 5 different front axles.
There's a lot of you guys out there that could that has the Jeeps that they can cut it down about that or even a little sooner, just depending on how many times they've had to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's the sport's growing again. It just sucks there's not the what's up, Daniel? That they Jambos kind of died off when it did, so
I remember going up and watching Brad at the Jamboree, and I kind of wish I could go back into it.
Kyle, you ain't you're kamikaze no matter what, Kyle, behind the wheel. That was just a fluke that happened with you at Croton, buddy. It sucks to see that happen, but you're just as bad as Brad when it comes to driving. It don't matter if it's got wheels or no wheels. You guys can drive anything, man. You guys have proved that time and time again.
Oh yeah, man.
But yeah, the Jambos, I mean, they're starting to come back. I got lucky one year to go up. It was the fourth back-to-back championship when Adam ended up winning it at Lima.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that it got ruined so fast, and now the family that originally had it is trying to bring it back. It's just, I don't know. The way that's set up now, it's kind of different because of the money situations for a lot of people. Everything else it's not the same.
Well, that's anything anymore. It's all money. There's money involved.
Yeah.
So what was your experience like going up watching Brad for going to Lima and everything else up there? What did you think of that?
I mean, I thought it was cool. Brad's always managed the way to make his way into the top 10 no matter what. I swear you could give that guy a half blown up vehicle and he would make it to the top 10 one way or another.
I'll tell you what,
it was always just a cool experience.
Telling you what, well, yeah, that, and you got to see a lot of the guys, from different states coming in, especially on the rough truck side, let alone if you went and watched the mud racing or whatever else. You got to meet all kinds of people at those Jambos, which was pretty badass. And
yeah, I mean, that was some of the best parts of it.
My goal is with this event, if it takes off just for the rough truck side, I eventually want to kind of expand out a little more if it becomes popular enough next year, if I can get it going this year like I want, but we'll see what happens. I'm working hard on that. I'd like to add a show or shine or something with them. And maybe down the road, reopen the mud pit back in the back corner of Croton again and bring in have a day of mud racing again or something, or do some side-by-side dirt drags like KOI does. But eventually I want to bring it in, kind of bring the Jambo experience where Croton's to me is like right in the middle for a lot of racers. I mean, not only in Ohio, but like some of the PA guys I associate
Yeah.
with that we all talk to. Um, I even had one of the guys when I put him in the chat from California, possibly if it takes off like I want it to, and it's a done deal once it's announced, he's going to see and bring probably some guys from California to come race.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I thought that was cool when he said, "Yeah, let me see what the schedule's like around then," because they got their fall championship that they do out there in Cali. He said, and it's kind of around that the second or third weekend in October. But he said he'll get with me and see, which would be cool. But yeah, man, it's good. So, is there any goals this coming year for you with the Jeep? Any more races besides like Knox County and Croton, or are you going to enter the points this year with it, or?
My goal would be to try and enter the points with it this year. My goal is to make it to the top 10. Top 10, and that's it. I ain't going for number one as long as I make it to that top 10.
It can be done. I mean, look what Grandma Karen. Look what Grandma Karen did. I mean, come on, she was there.
I'll throw some tires on it this year. I heard that about every race. If I just threw some tires on it, I'd probably get myself somewhere. But
I mean, that you can't go wrong with it. I mean, look at some of the tracks were kind of a little more sloppy than others.
Yeah.
What do you think of Knox's track this year? I think personally, myself, that was the best track that I've seen there in about 15 years.
That was probably one of my favorite tracks of the year so far.
I really like.
I mean, it was built for speed. It was definitely built for speed.
Yeah, not bad for an old timer coming out after 19 years and racing, and actually had a blast this year. I can't wait to do it again.
No, and being in the stock class and all that, which theirs they run them all together, but it gave you more of a fighting advantage against them.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, if you can get in the top 10, man, with all it is, in your opinion, do you think more seat time will help you? The more you get seat time, anybody gets seat time, will it give you yourself a better advantage, or anybody that wants to get into this sport? Just
definitely
more repetition.
Definitely more seat time. Seat time will definitely get you in somewhere. And just just small things that you don't realize that you're doing, and you'll have somebody in the pits come back and say something to you like, "Hey, you're braking too fast," or "You're not braking hard enough coming into corners."
Right. You gonna have yourself a set of cheater brakes on it, or are you gonna leave it where it's all just on the foot?
There's a set in the garage. They came from Brock, so.
Oh yeah, nice. Those can be your best friend, or they can be your worst enemy. I mean, ask Brock. Just ask Brock.
I got a field. I'll test them out in before I go racing.
See that, and that's the thing that some people aren't fortunate, man. Some of them, they don't get to do that testing like most people do, where they have your advantage, or we can say like Al and them, where they get out there and they can test stuff, or if you can meet up with them. But there's some people out there, their first time's the day of the event, because of where they live. So,
well, I grew up right down the road from race schools, and they always had a track set up out back. It was, and they raced all the time. They raced all the time when I was growing up.
Oh yeah. Well, that, and then of course out there trail riding all the time and everything else. So I mean,
yeah.
Well, and my thing is though, I didn't get a chance to ask Tylwr and Wes and Brock this. I'm gonna kind of put you on the spot because you're kind of, I'm not trying to say an outsider looking in the group. Do you think there's like most motorsports? Do you think there's do you feel there's cliques in our rough truck community compared to like any other motorsports, where like Derby and you had your clique here, you had like drag racing, you got your cliques? What's your opinion on in our rough truck community? Do you think there's that possibility?
I mean, it's always a possibility. I do think that there's certain groups that kind of stick to themselves on certain things, but then you get other groups that they're willing to help anybody out. So
Yeah, I think I'm fortunate with the group that I'm around with, like Dale and all them, Jared, you guys, you, Brad, Brock.
yeah,
Um, that right
Yeah.
there is kind of the tight knit community.
Oh, yeah.
It's very competitive, especially in that modified side. I mean, I think this is the most competitiveness I've seen since the jamborees, really, on the local circuit. Would you eventually, if you got the opportunity, would you ever buy a mod or drive a mod if you were given the chance?
oh, if I was given the chance, I would. I've looked at a couple and thought about it, but I'm not digging myself that deep into a hole with money just to
Yeah,
play in a truck. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a play toy. I'm not out to win it all. So
right. Not fully into it like most of the guys are, where
yeah,
they're diehard. Yeah, I mean it's a good sport, and well, and the other thing of it is you got to look at it the big picture too. Motocross, we're fortunate that we got places like Route 62 to go to year
yeah,
round, indoor, outdoor. With rough trucks, winter hits, unless you're brave enough to go wrap up and bundle to go play in the field or something, it's sitting in the garage until springtime.
right.
Oh, Benji's got a question. We'll touch back on this too. Any other racing you do or into, Tylwr, besides the rough truck racing? You can go ahead and give a refresher. Benji wasn't up here when you were talking about it, so.
Mainly rough truck and motocross. I say my son, he dabbles in the fair cross right now, being younger. Eventually, I'm sure he'll go out to Route 62, and we'll send him to bigger tracks if he keeps up with it.
Nice.
There's your answer,
I actually
Benji.
got one.
You hit
Do
him
you
with
have a
it, Johnny.
preference?
Do what?
Do you have a preference over the two?
I mean, for myself and the kids, they love watching the rough tracks. They love watching Brad and them all race.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, if I'm on behind the wheel, I would 10-1 probably pick motocross. I like the rough truck. It's fun. It's still that adrenaline rush, but me on four
Mhm.
wheels, I can throw the quad around. I can definitely get it around a hell of a lot faster.
Nice. Good stuff, man.
Oh yeah. Have you watched any of the first two Supercross races of the season so far?
I have not.
Man, you're
Hmm.
missing out, dude. Eli Tomac's freaking killing it for the first two races this year.
I say I'll have to tune in on some of them, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
actually
it's
I just pulled the Jeep into the garage in the last week.
ah.
So
Oh yeah, that's right. You messaged me and told me you were starting on it and everything else getting it done. That's a good deal, man. So if you had to go back and through, say, well, actually, hearing about how old's your son, if you don't mind me asking.
he's 7.
So let's just say here, 10 years. Do you see any chance of him maybe by the time he's 16, if rough truck's still going strong, maybe jumping in on that, trying it out too, like Dad did, or you
Oh, I
think he'll
guarantee that.
keep that keep that
I
motocross
guarantee that.
bug?
If I give him the chance to get back behind the wheel, he'll drive.
Hell yeah. Benji asked, "Do you watch that Mud Madness, Tylwr?"
Every once in a while, not very often.
Yeah, I need to catch up on that. Yeah, that's the thing. Like with my kids, especially my second oldest. You created this monster, now you got to feed it. I said, well, you need to get a job too to help feed this because Dad's pockets can't feed both of our habits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My
Because she's
son
in
doesn't worry me as much. My daughter will be the one that I worry about. She drives
my
like I do, throttle and no
oh
brakes.
oh boy, we're both screwed then because my daughter's the same way. She'll throw hands with the best of them and she'll drive the wheels off of anything too. So I mean we got our hands full with our daughters then.
Oh, that's the truth.
Oh, yeah.
So with this upcoming season, besides, I know you said about the top 10 goals and everything else, entering the points. Is there any particular fairs that you want to hit this year that you haven't got a chance to actually go either watch the races at and compete at this year?
Not that I can really think of. Honestly, I hit most of the ones that I wanted to.
Okay.
This year, the summer race, I wish I would have got to hit, not the Coshocton one, but the Hartford one.
Yeah.
But other than that,
yeah,
I hit just about all that I really wanted to.
My cousin was the one that split the Colorado in half on the concrete barriers at summer race. So yeah, that was misfortune on that. That was 2 years of work dealing with turning that Colorado into everything. And first year, the first year he had that. My boy got to race for the first time, got hung up in the middle. He was doing good and stuff. And then over the winter, we ended up putting a tranny in it because my cousin ended up frying in his second race against Farmer. So he didn't get to finish that. And then, of course, coming to the last lap of the summer race against Jared's brother, he actually hadn't won and kind of goosed it on that jump, and it shot him.
Yeah.
Grandma spoke now. Says, "Oh yes, my granddaughter will put the pedal to the floor and say, 'Hold the hell on, we're going to do this.'" Definitely Tylwr Jr. Thanks for tuning in, Carrie. Again, I appreciate all the support. I love it. Yeah, ever since I brought Brock up and stuff, man, it's amazing how many people's jumped in here.
Yeah.
I tend to like the skinny pedal. That's why I went through so many front ends.
Hey, if you don't like the skinny pedal, you don't need to be driving, especially, I mean, yes, there's a finesse to the skinny pedal, but some people they're scared of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only going to hurt once, but it's sometimes, I mean, misfortune, yes, there's that chance of what happened like Kyle and Nick where they bottomed out, which sucks, and hurt their backs and shit. But some of these guys in these stock trucks, man, and the way they're doing things, that I just don't know how they most of them walk the next day because they save it for that big jump, and that's when they're actually getting hurt the way they are, and it's especially at Knox, it's just insane.
Honestly, I can give myself that much about the Jeep. For some reason, I don't know what I've done right or wrong. Honey, go upstairs. No, go upstairs.
You better watch, the bodyguard's going to get you.
Yeah. But for some reason, it doesn't matter what I hit, what I do. I've never felt anything in that Jeep.
Well, that one, for some reason, I don't know what it is with the Jeeps, even with just the stock suspension underneath of them. Like the one I drove for Lance this year. It had nothing. It was all straight factory. That run felt like I was on the air.
Yeah.
Then I hit that jump. The only reason I slowed down on that jump because of the water from when Derek hit that trash can was sitting there, and the back tires are full of mud and shit. I started getting squirrely. I wasn't about to roll. I didn't want to roll. So I felt the nose when it hit. My back hurt the next day for a couple of days. But going over the whoop sections and everything else in that Jeep, like you said, it just, and that one too, it was like there was nothing there. But watching the video of my run my kids took, it's like looked like I was beating the hell out of the Jeep over the back section. Yeah. But I didn't feel it inside until I hit that jump. On your Jeep build, you're running the stock 4-liter in that, correct? Or is that actually Grand Cherokee that's got the V8 in it?
No, that's just got the 4-liter in it.
Modified rough truck.
I almost wish I would have found the V8.
Yeah, I mean, either way you go, but with the way your driving habit is, man, you're gonna make that thing work for you. A lot of the guys, you can vouch for it. Those guys with some decent built 4-liters, even stock ones, because their suspension set up the way they drive, they make those mod guys work for it at some of these fairs.
It should run a little better. little bit of dabbling with different injectors in that, and it should get up and go pretty good this year.
Hell yeah, man! I'm looking forward to this season with everybody. It's going to be interesting to see. I get that event going. I definitely, if the Jeep's still in one piece come October, man, I definitely want you there. Benji, no, we are not allowed to run any power adders per se. Even though I know
it's still stock parts. Technically, you can order them.
yeah, but some of the fair boards will frown upon it, and some of your crybabies out there be like, "Ooh."
My
Well,
look
my
for the right 4.0s. The right 4.0s come with different injectors and
oh yeah,
especially
if you can get your hands on an HO40. Those things are nice.
Very.
So when at the plus another one I wanted to at the rough truck events, like the ones that actually like Coshocton, for instance, they do inspections on your vehicles. Do you still think, in your opinion, for the stock class, should you be allowed to run the cheater brake? I mean, it really don't give you much of advantage other than you're braking a little faster to turn. Do you think that should be allowed in the stock class?
Personally, no. I mean, you do take a little bit of advantage away from a lot of other people. But other than that, I mean, I don't see it changing that much. But if somebody knows how to use it and they're really good at using it, for Brad, like Brad, for instance, if you stuck
Right.
Brad in the Bronco and he uses that brake, he knows what he's doing.
Right. That's why I kind of was thinking about it, because Coshocton and the Jamborees were the only ones that I knew of that actually inspected the vehicles in the stock class. I really think personally, there's some of the Jeeps out there that, no offense to throwing Jared under the bus out here, they need to make do like a cheater stock class. I know some of them's got them.
I've seen them at a couple of them, but yeah, I mean, definitely Jared's a lot more non-stock than he is stock.
Right. But I mean, I like the cheater brake to an extent. I think if somebody's willing to use it and everything else, it's not like you're doing an engine modification, putting a freaking high horsepower motor or something, or your $10,000 axles underneath. I like the cheater brake, and like you said, though, the thing is it's the experience of it makes the world of difference. But to me, it'd be no different than fucking grabbing the e-brake if it's there, because that's a factory part, except the only difference with a cheater brake is you're controlling only one side, each side of the wheel. It's braking only one wheel while you're doing, compared to locking up both the back wheels and doing and everything.
I used my e-brake last year. There's a screw stuck in the handle. You grab a hold of it, you can lock them up and drop it right back down.
But yeah, and that's why I'm bringing it up, is because I don't really see the difference other than it's just the cheater brakes stop one wheel at a time compared to both. I think personally, that's one of the things that I was asked for my event. I'm running the cheater stock class. I want to have it where you don't have the high horsepower motors or anything, all because you got a cheater brake in it. Guess what? You can run it. That's the way I'm going to do things. And if people don't, as much as I hate to say it, if people don't like it, use your damn e-brake. If your e-brake don't work, that's not, it's not on me or anybody else. It's really no difference. So, but yeah, that's what I wanted your personal opinion on that. I mean, then I've seen a couple things posted on Facebook here lately. They've been talking some of the fairs on one of the fair pages. I forget where it's at. Oh, Noble was talking stock class, making you guys run DOT street tires in stock. Not allowed putting any mud grippers or anything else on. Do you think they would lose their draw with the stock guys down there if they went that route?
I mean, not really. A lot more tires than what you think are technically DOT approved.
Right. But I mean, if they're saying strictly,
Strictly like
they're
street
talking.
cred.
Yeah, they're talking strictly like right off the showroom floor. No DOT mud tires like we can just go buy at Walmart. You know, your Wrangler RTSs, anything like that. It has. They're talking doing. Oh yeah, Brock. I agree. It is a joke, but I'm just saying they were talking making it strictly street. I was
Yeah,
like, what?
at that point, you're going to lose 90% of your people.
Yeah.
I know a lot of they really the way that track's set up too. They really don't get many people down there.
No.
So I mean, if they want to shoot themselves in the foot, let them. But yeah, the rules, they're there. Um, Coshocton County, I do like what they do. The inspections for the stock class,
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. But I don't. The one thing I didn't like when I walked up with Jared at Coshocton when I was up there, they tried to pull his cheater break out. I get it. It, he has it there, and they're like, well, if we catch you using it, you're getting kicked out and everything else.
Yeah.
The style he has in there is not the where you can release the handles. It's built into the system where you pull it out, it's shooting brake fluid out of it. There's nothing to cap. But I like the way they go through things and do that, but it takes time. It's one of those things that takes away from the show.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to get those few guys that do come in that are trying to hide something.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, you can tell that they're hiding something when they pull out onto the track. It's those guys that you need to go back after they race and inspect their vehicle and say, all right, well, you definitely should have been in that class.
Do like they do at some of the drag racing events, go over where they have that weight limit and everything else, run you back across the scales to see if your inspects and shit. Do you think more places are gonna try to implement rules like that within the next few years? The kind of bite down on giving that class difference.
I mean, I guess it depends on how big of a deal everybody else makes it. If you got a bunch of guys that don't care, then it won't be implemented. But
right, like I said with my event, I'm giving back to the community. They told me the same thing, and I didn't even have it in when we had it pulled out before. Jeez, imagine that. I want to do this, jumping in the promoter side. I'm getting old. My body can't take the beating. I want to give back to at least one of the sports that I enjoy and give everybody an opportunity to perform. I think I'm going to do something with the racing. It is side-by-side racing. Stock and cheater stock are going to be a combined class. Modifieds are too. The only difference is I'm probably going to cap the stock class as a filler class. The mod guys, what I want to do with it is we're going to find out who the best mod driver is. Yeah. It's going to come down to all around. I'm going to cap the stock class where I might do 40 entries, 50 entries. It just depends on the interest when I get it all paperwork signed for it and everything else. And I'm going to put a thing out on Facebook, Instagram, all that. And I may do a pre-entry deal just to, so I can see where we're at on it. But yeah, I just want to give back. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh no, you can't, you're in cheater stock combined. Yeah, you got the cheater break. I don't care. That's the classes I had set up. If the guys running stock don't want to run, I'll give you your money back. You can go home, or you can stay and spectate. So
we're all there just to have fun. 9 times out of 10, I mean, everybody's got an itch to win, but if we get to go out there and race, that's what matters.
And that's the thing, and that's what I love. I love of all the rough truck events I go to every year. Yes, we got the Super Bowl at Knox County. But Croton has been my favorite because everybody, like you said, out there having a blast. They're out there just tearing their old farm trucks up or their old scrap beater they bought down from Joe Smo to come out and have a good time.
Yeah.
Do you think there needs to be a cap limit on some of these events, like Croton? Should they cut it off at a certain amount because of how long it takes to run them, or just keep doing what they're doing?
I mean, money wise, keep doing what they're doing. I mean, the more people bring in, I do think that at some point there shouldn't be late entries and all that. I mean, you have guys that, hell, I've seen Jared do it, pull in 5 minutes till the race starts and still gets entered. I mean, I came close to doing it myself multiple times.
I get on that point. There's some of them. That's one of those initiatives. If worst case scenario, get a hold of somebody if they
Yeah,
can.
get signed up that way.
Yeah, Brock, you're right. They have. They are talking. They have been kind of hitting around with the cap because when I inquired about renting the grandstands and the track, I was actually asked how many entries I was possibly thinking for those 2 days. I'm like, roughly 100 to 150 entries if things work out. Okay, we just wanted to make sure. He goes, and then I go, can I ask why? He goes, well, we're just trying to cut back on a lot of the trash and everything else and stuff and the late times. I'm like, that's why I want to do a 2-day event, not just a one night deal where if I do have that many entries, shouldn't be an issue.
And some of these would be cooler if you had a 2-day event. That's how you find out who's the best of the best. One guy can have a really good night and place in your number one spot.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing, which is cool with what Tim Howard does with the monster truck deal. I mean, you get the guys get to they're he kind of does a qualifying thing in a way, and it's the fastest time wins. But still, you still get to see like who your number one seed is throughout the whole thing. You find out who's the best.
That would be a fun one too, to get into the monster jam part of it and get a run around with monster trucks.
Well, you never know, man. There may be that possibility. So
always.
Tim Howard, if you're listening, got you another fill in for the show, for the monster truck show.
Holy cow.
But yeah, man, it's other than that, besides you doing what you're doing, is there actually any big goals in your lifetime that you want to achieve on the motorsports side of things, man? Like anywhere big you want to go with you and your kids?
Not really. I would like to see them getting to do it as much as I have. Other than that, as long as they're enjoying it, having fun, even myself, when it stops becoming fun, that's when the Jeep will go to a junkyard, and I won't play with it anymore.
Just take it to the back 40, get some tannerite, so nobody can have anything off of it. That way, it's no longer there.
yeah, pretty much.
All righty, man. Johnny, you got any more questions for Tylwr tonight?
Dude, it's been awesome to hear your story. I enjoyed it, man. I don't really have any more questions. I hope to see you go far in this, a lot farther.
I hope so. It should be a fun year. It'll be interesting. It'll take a little getting used to with the Jeep, but
of course, that's the fun of it.
Like you said, though, you got your field to go practice in. Go back there.
Yeah.
Once you get it together, get you some seat time in there, man. So
hopefully it'll be together sooner rather than later.
Well, I need to get with you. I got to get with Brock sometime too. We all need to meet up and hang out sometime and just have a bullshit session, hang out in the shop sometime with all of us and just have a group get together. So, but yeah, thank you once again, Tylwr, for coming up, man. I appreciate it. Sorry, it's kind of short and off the wall.
No, you're all good.
This is how we run it. Once again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Tylwr, once again for, like I said, being up here and stuff, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Good luck this season. I will get you. You're in my group chat on the messenger. I'm going to try to see if we can't get a bunch of us together before the season starts just to hang out and run ideas off of each other. So,
hey, that works with me.
All right, buddy. You have a good rest of your week, man. And once again, thank you again, sir. I'm going to drop you down here. Have a good night, buddy.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you all once again man, 2026 so far for me and Johnny has been fucking amazing. I love
Yeah,
having the guests that I've been up here. I want to keep building the guest up. Like I said,
it's been great.
when I can this season, I'm going to try to bring live the events of wherever I'm at. It be rough truck, it be truck and tractor pulling.
Cool.
I'm going to try to bring you guys along with me. Like I said, maybe one of these days get together with some of the guys and do some garage talk at their shops if they're available and willing to. Um, Carrie, it's an honor to have these guys, and it's an honor
Yeah.
to call them friends and family. I couldn't ask for better. You did amazing with these young men, and I appreciate it. And I'll see you at the
I
rough
love
truck
hearing
events
from
and
them.
stuff this year. So, but yeah, so far 2026 is kicking off. The month of January has been amazing. Um, Not only that, Johnny's been a big inspiration for me to have him up here with me as my co-host. I love
It's been
having them
great.
up here. I'm enjoying the interaction with the chat. Johnny's bringing over people from his channel that are enjoying being here. But yeah, other than that, guys, I mean, stay tuned. Nonsensical Network's not going anywhere. We're just getting bigger and better. Um, we're gonna keep growing. That's all we can do. And you guys just keep supporting. Smash that like, share, and subscribe button. Get the word out. I do shows Mondays and Thursdays. Of course, here on Monday nights, I do my Speedway stories. Me and Johnny do. Thursday nights, I do cold-blooded conversations. We talk all things animals. It was strictly just a reptile show, um, but since I brought Johnny in and everything else, it is nice to get the opinions and everything of the whole animal kingdom from everybody. It's actually broadened the horizon. Um, and stay tuned for the cold-blooded conversations because I'm working on bringing some guests up on that show too to talk about reptile keepers and mammal keepers and stuff that I know and some random people. Um, Working on getting more guests for here before race season kicks off here in Ohio here in the next 3 or 4 months. Just tune in. And once again, like I said, tune in tomorrow night for Glick's House of Music at 8 o'clock. He has Kissing Lilith back with all new music and all new information. So make sure to tune in there. Um, Wednesday nights, Michael and Brittany have Hump Day Ha-Has. Come in, get your comedy, everything else. And like I said, Thursday nights, me and Johnny's back here for cold-blooded conversations.
Yes, sir.
Friday nights is still up in the air. This Saturday, my buddy Glick that has this network and everything, and then giving me the great privilege of doing what I love right here, besides racing and everything else, to talk to you guys about it. Him and his son has a show called Cash's Corner. They talk all WWE wrestling. So if you're a wrestling fan, it's usually around 12:30, 1 o'clock on every other Saturday. And then we got the main stable of this network. It's Nonsensical Nonsense. It's our Saturday night. Starts at usually around 7ish or so, a little after. Everybody comes on. It's an open panel challenge. Everybody hangs out, has a good time. This is actually where I met Johnny a year ago. We've
Yes,
become
sir.
really, really good friends and everything else since then. And now
Oh, yeah.
he's part of, besides just being a random guest on Saturdays nights, he's now part of the network with us. He's network family. And
I've
then
enjoyed every bit
Sunday,
of it.
is unnecessary roughness. They talk. Rick and Glick talk everything, football, sports, and stuff. And then we're back here Monday night with Speedway Stories. You guys have a great evening. Thank you once again for tuning in. Thank you everybody for supporting me and Johnny on this.
Thank you so much.
You guys, honestly, this platform is really, really grown, and I want to continue growing it, especially on my side, let alone just the whole network. So keep sharing it out. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Everybody have a great evening, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.